Hi there, it's Ewan here from the2traders.com with the latest portfolio update. So we had an absolute killer weekend this week. I think we're up about $1,500 in the last few days. So I'll talk through those positions in detail now. So you can see, these are the most recent positions. Litecoin, Euro, Pound have been in for a couple of weeks. I'm up 2,300. I think Johnny's up about 1,400 as well. So if you watched the last update, you've got our signal on Litecoin. And I'm just going to flick through the charts now. We bought on this, we bought on this breakout here. So I broke out, kind of dipped back, and we did it because we've seen this pattern before, particularly on Ethereum when it first had this big run up, and similarly a few times back here when it breaks out, it can kind of double or triple in a few days, and that's exactly what we saw. We broke out we entered at this 53 level, and within 2 days it shot up to $65. And this is exactly what we're hoping for. So we've held this for a couple of days now, and we're looking for a really small consolidation here, ideally, before it kind of shoots up to this $75, maybe $85 level in the next few weeks. If it doesn't, it might pull back a little bit, and that might be a time for us to exit. But at the moment, this is exactly what we're looking for. We bought on this breakout, and that's literally exactly what we wanted to see. So this is up $500 for me. I think it's up another $300 for Johnny. And if you bought this on our signal last Saturday. Saturday I think we bought it, and we posted about this on our profiles and on our blog, saying we were going to buy this. So it's a good one for us. Now just to click to plus 500, another move that's been doing really well for us that most of you won't see is being on Palladium. So we say all the time that we trade on two accounts because there's a lot of markets that plus 500 offers that eToro really doesn't. So you can sign up to this on our preferred broker section. So if you go to our website and you have a look at our preferred brokers, you'll see that we trade on both these brokers, and we say which markets we trade on each one. So if you go to our website, you can sign up to plus 500 here, and just flick to platinum. We're actually platinum and corn on this, and eToro doesn't offer either of these markets, and we're up £400 platinum. So you can see the charts here. This is platinum at the bottom here. They've kind of been steadily grinding up the last few days, and similarly we've shorted corn just today actually, because this has just been absolutely tanking. It pretty much dropped from 400 to 320, 330 without a break, and I think we're going to see a big kind of sell off and blowout here before it bottoms out and rallies. So we really want to watch this drop. So if you can see, for example, last time this happened, it went from 440 down to 303, and this last kind of section drops for the last $40-50 pretty quickly. And our current biggest profit is EURGBP. So you can see it's at plus 1100 for me, and again it must be another 600 for Johnny, and that's just in the last 2 weeks. And similarly, Euro New Zealand is around $1,000 between us at the moment. So the euro is just so strong at the moment, and we can continue. We can see this continue for a while. The ECB is starting to normalise their monetary policy, and that's what's been forcing the euro down for the last few years. So it's pretty likely that this is the start of a more major trend, and it isn't just some pullback. Nonetheless, with this Euro GBP position, if we just look at the charts, we can see it's actually gone pretty much linearly for the last 2 months. So we kind of thinking we might see some sort of small pullback here. So we're probably going to close this out tonight and take a pretty good profit. But we definitely will be buying on any more breakouts. This isn't the end of this move in our eyes. And if you think that euro dollar was up at 145, 150 a few years ago, and people think it's overextended now at 120, then you can kind of see pretty quickly that that's not necessarily the end of the move when it's just kind of a third of the way back to where it was a few years ago. And I think there's a lot more in these euro markets, and people are pretty quick to say they're overextended. And the reality is that there's probably a lot more in these, and we're going to be buying any breakouts here. We're probably actually buying euro dollar tonight, and we'll have to see where it finishes. And lastly, our latest position is gold. So if we look at the gold at the moment, this looks like it could be a very promising move. So we can see we've got 3 failed tests of this 1290 level here. So we got one back in mid-April, one in start of June, and then the last one a few weeks ago at the start of August. And then yesterday we actually saw it break this 1290 level, so we bought on this day here. And today we saw a gap up, so we've gapped above this resistance, and that's really good to see. We call this a breakaway gap. because although it looks like the end of a big move, people think this is again a big move and it's overextended. If you kind of look back historically where gold's been and where the kind of moves we see, then actually this is a pretty flat consolidation period here, which leads me to think that it's a breakaway gap. People might think it's an exhaustion gap, but I just don't think there's been enough buying power for it to qualify a big sell-off yet. And if we think that this is gapped over this resistance, then I think there's a lot further to go here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it at least getting near to 1400 next month or so. And we're kind of looking to buy on this momentum breakout. I don't think it's going to pull back too much. And if it does, we've got a pretty tight stop here. So I think anyone who's trapped on the wrong side of this resistance is going to start selling off. And that's going to fuel the buying. Anyone who's trapped with a short position this side of the resistance is going to start closing their positions and buying back. And that's going to fuel this on the upside. So we might see some short-term momentum pushing this further. And hopefully this will be a nice big trend. So that's all for this video. I know there's a lot of positions to cover, but we've had a really good few days, and there's a lot of moves that are coming in the next few days as well. So thanks for watching this, and make sure you keep an eye out for our next video update, which should be for the 28th, and I think there's going to be a few. For the 30th. So there'll be a few new positions on that one. I can already tell. So yeah, thanks for watching.